It's a blessing to welcome on the newest member of Oklahoma, CJ Noland. What's happening, my guy?
What's up, bro? What's good?
Not much, man. Well, it's a big day, man. It's your birthday. You're committing. What's going through your mind, man?
Man, I'm super excited. I mean, me and Bijan gonna come in, have a great freshman year, I believe. Me and him have been talking for a long time, and we love the coaching staff and love Oklahoma. So I'm excited. I know he's excited to get going.
Now, you take a little step back, man. I mean, you look at the process you've come through. You're here and you're committing on your birthday amongst COVID, amongst everything. Was committing on your birthday something you kind of always dreamed of, though?
It was
Mhm.
actually, and then the timing, the way the timing is, it just worked out. So I'm blessed to be in this position.
That's awesome. And Bijan was on a couple months ago. He discussed his dream class. You were one of the pieces in there, as well as Trey, Damian. Have half you guys there though now to have you and Bijan locked in, going to Oklahoma. What's that feel like?
It's great. Like I said, I know he's ready. He's excited just as well as me. I mean, we talk on the phone a few times, and we're locked in.
So he's been committed now for about 6, 7, 8 months now. How much has he been talking to you? How's he been trying to persuade you to become a member of the Sooners?
Man, he another extension of the coaches. I mean, just telling me, how OU is, more so like student life and, I mean, football games to everything. He's just telling me how it would be from, a player standpoint, and I love it as well.
So how would you grade him as a recruiter? 1 to 10. What's his recruiting like?
I mean, I'm here, so 10 out of 10.
For sure. Well, I did mention that there are two other guys you guys want. Damian, a top 20 guy in the country. Someone just put him up there at number 10 now, as well as Trey, which is another top five-star kind of caliber player. What's your guys' recruiting approach to them? What would it be like getting them to this group?
Man, I'm pretty sure, they probably know about more about Oklahoma than me, but I mean, I'll just try to tell them, this we could really build something special, there at Norman. And that's what we're going to try to do. So just trying to persuade them more and more every day.
When you told me going to Oklahoma, that's kind of the school I figured is a great fit. I mean, when you look at Coach Kruger, he does not always bring in the most highest ranked players. He's not always having five-star guys, but he gets everyone that's ranked in the top 100 or top 150 area, makes them these NBA kind of caliber players or at least elite top college players within their first 4 years. Seeing the development track record that Coach Kruger has, how appealing was that to you?
Man, it was huge. I mean, he has that pedigree versus, a lot of schools that recruited me. But, that played a big factor in my decision. Definitely.
And you didn't drop a top seven, you dropped a lucky seven. What went into that? Why is it the name you went with?
I mean, seven is a lucky number. And then, those are the seven schools that were recruiting me the hardest. So it just kind of worked out like that. So thought of a lucky seven.
Vanderbilt, Kansas State, A&M, Oklahoma State, TCU, Oklahoma, Troy made up that seven. What stood out of the schools? Why were those the top seven?
I mean, those schools, most definitely, I felt like I could have came in and played, pretty early. And, it just all came out to the best fit. Where was the best fit? And, where would I, see myself going to the next level or developing and, improving my game where.
And you publicly didn't necessarily announce what your next group was, but I'm sure as a family, you guys kind of narrowed it down a little bit more. Who was kind of in that group? Was it a school that was right next to Oklahoma up until your final decision?
K-State and probably Vandy were probably the top two or top three. K-State, OU, and Vandy, definitely.
Absolutely. So you have those top three. What was stood about K-State and what stood about Vanderbilt to you?
K-State and Vandy, I mean, Vandy, Jerry Stackhouse, long live legend. So, I mean, it would have been very cool to play for him and playing for, an SEC team. And Kansas State is where my pops went. I've been down there multiple times on, visits or not even visits, just going to the city of Manhattan to visit or whatever. But, that's a great place as well, Kansas State.
Going to Oklahoma now, I mean, you're going to be in the Big 12, which means you're going to go back to Texas a few times a year, and pretty much all your games are within traveling distance for your family to get to for the most part. Having that feeling where you know that family can come watch you for a lot of games, what's that going to be like?
Man, that's great. I mean, they've never missed a game ever since I've been in high school.
Mhm.
So, extending that to the college level is just a blessing. I thank them for that.
Now, you have a little bit of time to get out there, but when you do step foot on Oklahoma, you step playing your first game, you see that jersey hanging in your locker, what's going to go through your mind?
I'm just gonna thank God and ask Him to help me go out there and do my best. I'm gonna be a little nervous. I know I am, but just play with confidence. Really, just thank the Lord for letting me see this day.
You weren't always in this position. You still are a very underrated player, but to see how far you've come, what's your takeaway from this recruiting process?
Definitely. Working hard is where you want to. Is what you or to get what you want in life, you have to work hard. Like you said, I believe I'm still underrated or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's just an opinion, and I'm glad to be going to Oklahoma and playing for Coach Kruger. So.
Going back to your very first offer you got, what impact did that day have on you in terms of confidence, in terms of just a day? Like, what was that day like when you first got your very first Division I offer?
Man, I just thought to myself, like, you know what, CJ, you can do this. You could play on the Division I level, and that just shot my confidence through the roof. And I started working harder. Everything started coming more easier, and then I'm in the position that I am today.
Would you say that's the day that really started processing for you? That you realized you can become a top 150 prospect, that you can become a Division I player?
Most definitely, yeah, that day right there, yes, sir.
Now, I don't like asking this question until you guys do commit, but growing up, though, who was your hometown team? What was the team you really like rooting for? Kind of your dream college?
My dream college is actually Alabama. It was because my pops, he's from Alabama. So, I've been there multiple times, and just, that was my favorite college growing up. So.
Now, if there was a day that you guys get to play each other, Oklahoma, Alabama, what would that be like?
Man, that would be great. I hope we beat them, though, because they ain't recruit me. But, yeah, I would definitely put them on them. That would be a special day, though, for sure.
Mention your dad, K-State. What's that going to be like? Is he going to accept Oklahoma, or how's that relationship going to go?
Yeah, most definitely. He's proud of me. He told me from day one, wherever I go, even if it's not K-State or if it is K-State, he'll still be the same, same minded, same, proud of me. Basically, it'd just be the same.
Absolutely, man. Well, we already mentioned your 2021 class. Is there anyone else that before you decided to mention between Trey and Damian that you guys are looking to bring in?
I think those are just the biggest two right now, Trey and Damian, right now. Yeah.
And so Oklahoma this past season finished third once again, and we're starting to see this where we see all the talent in the Big 12, top prospects year in, year out, lottery picks. Oklahoma, as I said, they have those guys like Trae Young, Buddy Hield, but last year they didn't have one of those elite, top-ranked players, but yet they finished third. Seeing this the winning culture Oklahoma has, what's that going to be like being part of it?
Man, that's great. It really sounds like my high school. We don't have the best players, but we always seem a way to win. I wanted to go to a school that was an extension of that. Having a winning culture, and losing is not the norm. So, that played a big factor as well in going to Oklahoma.
Big 12, you got Kansas in there, which has pretty much run it for the past 10, almost 15 years now. You have just so much talent, as I said, out there. What's it going to be like being a part of that?
Man, it's going to be great. I get to show my abilities on the biggest stage, I believe, in college basketball, or at least one of them. So, if I can't get it done here, then I can't get it done anywhere. But, it's a blessing, most definitely.
Out of all the schools in the Big 12, what school are you most excited to go play against?
I would say either Texas, because I know that's a rivalry, and probably Oklahoma State and Kansas. Yeah, Oklahoma State, Kansas, and Texas. Yeah, definitely.
And we know the atmosphere at Kansas, Allen Fieldhouse is one of the loudest, best fans in the country. How do you kind of plan to get adjusted to having that kind of fans, that much people in a stadium?
You just got to focus, really. Just stay focused and, stay locked in. Once you do that, then, block out all the crowd. You won't hear none of that. And then you just be hooping at that point.
No doubt. And you've taken kind of a different route for high school. You're a guy that I can imagine has had a lot of interest for prep schools, had a lot of interest to go to bigger programs. You stay the same program now. What went that decision? Why did you want to stay loyal?
Well, because, my high school coach always stayed loyal to me through junior high, through, my freshman year. So, why would I kind of change and leave up on him? Yeah, that was just kind of my thought process.
Senior year is going to be coming up, man. What's your goals? What do you want to achieve in your senior year?
Man, most definitely just come out and win state with me and my boy Jay Lake. I mean, and the whole team really just come out and win state because I know Hatchie hasn't done it in a long time. So we want to bring some excitement back to Waxahachie.
You're playing in Texas, and this is a state that's one of, if not the best states in America for basketball. How do you compete out there? What's it like just going against the best guys pretty much every game you play?
I mean, it's tough. It's definitely tough day in and day out. You have to, stay focused, especially on the high school level. And, it's a blessing as well to play against other top players, but, you have to be focused and, you have to be on top of your stuff, basically. Just be ready to play every game. You don't know who's watching. It brings a lot of eyes playing top-ranked people, but, you just got to do you, stay focused, really.
When you're in a state like this, it's hard for a lot of guys to be able to make the name for themselves. A lot of guys go slept on, underrated. They don't get the offers or rankings that they deserve whatsoever. How are you separate yourself? How have you managed to get yourself up in the rankings and how are those offers?
And just staying down. The Lord did it all. Just working hard every day, every night, staying humble, and it's just giving it all up to the Lord, and He made it happen. So
As you mentioned, your dynamic duo, Jay Lake out there. What's it like playing with him?
it's great. I love playing with Jalen. We play against each other more than we play, I would say, with each other. I mean, he's competitive just like me. We're I'll say we're the same player on the court, but a different player. You know what I mean? We just want to win, so we'll do anything it takes to win. That's my brother, man. I love him.
How did this duo form? Take us back to the very first day you guys met. How'd that go down?
He actually came and I believe his grandpa came and watched us play, and Jalen was with him. This was about like in probably sixth grade. He came back and we were playing, and he wanted to play with us, and ever since then he's been playing with me. So throughout high school, junior high, so we've been playing together for a long time.
That's awesome. And you're in a state where you've been able to play basketball. Not a lot of states have, but you've got a lot of running, a lot of tournaments. What was it like just getting back on the court and playing again?
It was great. I mean, I was tired, but it was great getting back out there. I loved it every single moment. Still loving it. Can't take anything for granted.
So it took some time to get adjusted to playing again?
I'll say like a week or two, most definitely.
And you look back now, I mean, it wasn't quite the AAU season you wanted to have, but throughout your whole AAU career now that's kind of drawn to close, what's been your favorite memories from it?
I mean, especially I'll say just the team bondings, and the big wins with the team. There's nothing greater than that.
Absolutely, man. Well, a few more things before I let you go. One is building a legacy for yourself, which is something that all guys want to do. So when you're done playing basketball, what do you want to be remembered for what you achieve both on and off the court?
I mean, I would want to be remembered for, just a hardworking person, and a man of his word, really. When I say I'm going to do something, I do it and just stand up to my word, hardworking person.
And I know you're also a believer. Take us through your faith. When did you first start really falling in love with God and really have that connection grow?
I mean, ever since I was, since I could remember, my mom used to always, come in there at night and pray over me while I'm sleeping. And so that just kind of took over from her. So ever since I remember it.
So when would you say like the time that really started shifting where you truly like felt the relationship with God?
I would say right when everything started happening, when I started getting a lot of more pub and, getting offers and stuff, I really felt like, I was talking to him more, just, just talking to him, building a better relationship with him.
You have Jeremiah 29:11 in your bio. Why is that the verse you chose?
Because when I was younger, I went to when I was like, kindergarten, it was like a Christian academy kind of school. And one of the songs we had to sing in the play was Jeremiah 29:11. So it just kind of stuck with me. It's my favorite verse.
That's awesome, man. Well, my final thing before I let you go, give Oklahoma fans your three biggest goals you have set for your Oklahoma career.
Uh, Big 12 national championship, and just bringing Thunder back to Norman, Oklahoma, definitely.
No doubt, man. Well, happy birthday once again. Congratulations on the commitment, and look forward to see what guys got next for you, man.
No, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Of course, you're always welcome on, man. God bless.
You too. God bless.